Show me how to do it, y'all. I believe. Say it, say it. I believe you. I trust. Come on. In you. Oh, Lord. Come on. Jehovah, you. Where y'all at? Come on, come on. I trust in you. I believe. Say it. I believe. You are the God of miracles. You are the God of miracles. You are the God of wonder. You are the God of wonder. You are the God all powerful. You are the God all powerful. I believe. Say it. I believe. I believe. I believe. I believe. Say it, y'all. I believe. I believe. Come on, let your feet get heavy. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Somebody make some noise in here. Come on, catch it, Jehovah. Jehovah, I trust. In you. In you. Oh Lord, say it. Oh Lord. Jehovah, you. I trust. In you. I believe. Say it. Everybody say it. I believe you. I trust. Come on. In you. Oh Lord. Y'all got your part over here. I can't hear you. Come on, say it. I trust. Say it. In you. I believe. Say it. I believe. You are the God of miracles. You are the God of miracles. You are the God of wonders. You are the God of wonders. You are the God of powerful. You are the God of power. I believe. Say it. I believe. I believe. Say it. Say it. Say it. I believe. I believe. I believe. Now everybody get radical for 30 seconds. Come on. Dance on the devil's head. Come on. Come on. Come on. Y'all ain't radical enough over here. Balcony, I can't feel ya. Move your feet. Everybody, let's go. I see you back there. Balcony, y'all gotta come on. Hey, come on. So long, Baba. So long, Baba. Come on, y'all, help me say it. Goodbye to my pain and my sorrow. So long, so long. Y'all catch it, everybody. Come on, say it. So long, Baba. Everybody in the building, raise up, say it. So long, Baba. Goodbye to my pain and my sorrow. Goodbye to my pain and my sorrow. Let's go. So long, Baba. One more time, everybody in the building, say so long. So long, Baba. Hey, come on. So long, Baba. Goodbye to my pain. Goodbye to my pain and my sorrow. So long, Baba. Just one more time in the balcony, everybody say it. Say so long, Baba. So long, Baba. So long, Baba. Goodbye to my pain and my sorrow. Goodbye to my pain and my sorrow. So long, Baba. Let's go. So long, Baba. Hey, so long, Baba. Yeah, so long, Baba. Hey, so long, Baba. Yeah, so long, Baba. Yeah, so long, Baba. Say it, so long, Baba. Yeah, so long, Baba. Goodbye to my sorrow. Hey, goodbye to my pain, y'all. Goodbye to my trouble. Goodbye to my trouble. Goodbye, fear. You ain't welcome here. Goodbye, fear. You ain't welcome here. Hey, so long. Yeah, so long. Yeah, so long. Hey, so long. Come on, say it. So long.
That was Jonathan Nelson, I Believe, and he will be coming to St. Kitts for the gospel extravaganza
That's right.
called the I Believe Unity Gospel.
Team Unity, I Believe Gospel Concert.
Gospel concert.
You understand the I Believe when you listen to the song.
That is correct.
Correct.
Okay, and so we'll move on with the
Yeah. On
rest of
Thursday, the 16th of February, and I'm sure everybody knows that is a significant date, the 16th, because that's when we had elections and there was a change. 16 is also a memorable one, except that was January the 16th, 2015. We recall what happened in our parliament then. And certainly one of the things that we have done as Team Unity, in terms of our speakers, in terms of our persons who represent the people, in terms of Team Unity, we understand that there must be decorum in Parliament. We are supposed to be leaders of the country, and there are young people who will be looking at us as leaders, and certainly you want people to emulating the good habits that people present to them. And certainly Parliament is a place where we need to be courteous, we need to respect one another, we need to remember what the rules are, and really that we have proper decorum in Parliament. So there is a Parliament on the Thursday, 10 o'clock at Government Headquarters. The National Assembly will be meeting. And then we have an important launch in the afternoon at 4:30, where we're going to be launching the Skills Training and Empowerment Program, STEP, as the acronym is, and that will be at the Circus at 4:30. So at the Circus, we are going to have quite a number of young people from I gather who are going to be there, in terms of as we move from PEP to STEP, where we're going to be working on skills, people developing skills, people being trained, and certainly if you have a skill, then you can be empowered and you do things for yourself. I think that's the important thing about the Team Unity government, the Team Unity administration, that we recommend and we recognize that people must do things for themselves, become entrepreneurs. All right, they open their own door, they close their own door, and they have their own business. And this is a way in which we want to move the country. We are into free enterprise as far as the government is concerned. Certainly there are social issues that one has to deal with, and the areas in terms of social areas that we have to deal with. But
I think one of the things with the reformation of the PEP program, because it is my understanding that the PEP program was supposed to be a training program, or it is a training program. Nonetheless, there was not much training that basically took place on that program. It was supposed to be a short-term program where people were trained and then they move on to other areas that they were trained in to get permanent employment or to get involved in their own business.
Correct, yeah.
And some assessment was done, from what I understand, and that was not really happening. So the reformation in the program is really to make the program more what it was really meant to be. A program where people can get real training, a program where people can be really empowered, where they can get real skills to be able to help themselves.
Yes. Apart from that also, the program, I'm sure, will look at what the requirements in terms of job opportunities in St. Kitts. I've been hearing them speaking about steel bending and we have to bring people in. So I expect that this program will look at the needs and so on.
The needs of the labor market.
Yes, and then train people in those areas where we are deficient, so that our own people can really get the jobs, those type of jobs, and not have to bring somebody in from overseas. Not against persons coming from overseas, but I think we need to ensure that our people, once they're trained, that they have the opportunity. And that's one of the reasons why you recall we had visited the Park Hyatt some Saturdays ago.
Sure.
And really what was a very interesting development there is that the emphasis is on using locally trained persons. And they actually have been involved in training programs themselves at the college. So that is the way I expect this STEP program will go. Persons will hear a lot more about it. I'm not privy to all of the information as far as
Mr. D'Souza will.
Mr. D'Souza will be unveiling exactly how this program will. Well, it's different from what I had before, so I don't have to say that. But he will give the details as to how we move forward with STEP.
Sure. Okay. Go ahead.
The
Mr.
Friday, which is the 17th. We're saying on Friday the 17th, we have quite a number of activities. One is groundbreaking. But before that, we're saying that let's consider Friday as a celebration of the government of National Unity Day. And so we're encouraging people to wear white.
Okay.
So on the Friday, when you go to work, whatever you do, lineman or whatever, we're encouraging people to wear white as a sign of unity. I know you have been in church, you say white is purity also, so it's purity.
Yeah, some people say it's purity, it's virginity, it's all of those things. When you're on solid.
I will just check at deal with purity and unity. Yeah, so that's it. Then at 9:30 that morning, Friday morning at the 17th, we have the housing groundbreaking ceremony in St. Kitts and in Nevis. But in St. Kitts, I'm sure if you live in constituency 1, you're going to be happy, because that is where the groundbreaking ceremony will be done as we move into Team Unity's Housing Solutions program. And so we're going to be breaking ground at Corner House. If you recall, there is a building which was demolished in that area. You know those apartments you have going up the road there, Wellington Road?
Yes, yes.
So we will be breaking ground there. So for a short while we'll have to close off the road because we're going to put a stage there and really have a very important ceremony.
And you have some tents going back.
Yeah, we have we have a tent on the stage. A person will just be there, standing and listening. And that is the start of what we expect to be a revolution in terms of how we can deal with housing. Some people, they're listening to the town hall meeting, can't remember if it was the one in, no, he didn't speak in mine, so it had to be the one in Keon. The Minister Hamilton spoke about not just 2-bedroom houses, he spoke about the bedrooms being larger. But he also spoke to the issue of persons, maybe 6 persons in a household. How do you get 6 persons in a household in a 2-bedroom house? So there is flexibility in terms of 2-bedroom or 3-bedroom houses. So all the way breaking ground in Newtown, in constituency 1, then there will be housing programs, housing development going on in all of the constituencies. So I don't want people to think that, it means everything will happen in one and then what next. 1 through right through 8 consecutively, there will be the housing program being developed in all of our constituencies. Similarly, the same thing in Nevis will be done. Then we introduce something for our senior citizens. Those seniors who are able to move around, we want to give them we call it a South-North tour. I've been speaking to Mrs. Anne Wigley on this matter, and she's actually actively working on it. And so we want to take a group of seniors from all of the constituencies and take them on a tour. And so we want to start on the Southeast Peninsula. That's where we begin. We see whether or not there's, some of the developments that can even just go in and have a bird's eye view of what is happening there. And we bring them back into Bastia. They can go on Port Zante. Anyway, they will develop where they want to stop and take the persons. And we're looking at somewhere in the north that we will end the tour so that they'll have a day from about 10 in the morning, and by 2 o'clock they should have completed. So that is for senior citizens who don't have the opportunity to move around. I think it will be a treat for them that they can see exactly what is happening in the country. I'm sure some of them will call up the relatives overseas and so on and tell them, you know, I went on this tour.
Yeah.
Imagine what I saw there, and you know, things like that. So we want to do that for our
what does
seniors.
that really speak to, though, in terms of the philosophy of the government?